Hello, my name is Elite and welcome back to my channel. In this video I will explain the meaning, definition and the example of all phrasal verbs of keep. Keep down. The definition of keep down is cause something to remain at a low level. Now let me show the example of keep down phrasal verb in sentences are: give occasional washings with the engine to keep down insects. The newly formed bridge companies encouraged competition to keep down prices. They tend to rely on a rapid turnover of stock to keep down inventory levels. He does not smoke, eats frugally to keep down his weight and trains 6 days each week. Now let me define the next phrasal verb of keep. Keep on. The definition of keep on is continue to do something. Now let me show the example of keep on phrasal verb in sentences are: his ecclesiastical policy was marked by a wish to keep on good terms with Rome. The ability to keep on searching for the new thing is a psychological quirk. But like all smacks in the face, you do not want them to keep on happening. Technology and resources to keep on top of the latest viruses and malware. Now let me define the next phrasal verb of keep. Keep out. The definition of keep out is cause someone or something to remain outside. Now let me show the example of keep out phrasal verb in sentences are: those bad links were caused by our email masking meant to keep out bad bots. Modern rainproof clothing will also keep out all but the worst weather. A plastic bin with a secure lid is sufficient to keep out small animals. Far from being designed to keep out the cold, they were actually made for surfers. Now let me define the next phrasal verb of keep. Keep around. The definition of keep around is to keep something near one. Now let me show the example of keep around phrasal verb in sentences are: definitely one to keep around when you're making that important decision. Handy to keep around, but don't expect anything groundbreaking or particularly artistic. It's really a good book to keep around the rock shop and the house. He does not believe that any women will ever be worth the trouble to keep around. Now let me define the next phrasal verb of keep. Keep at. The definition of keep at is continue with something difficult. Now let me show the example of keep at phrasal verb in sentences are: ballistic towers provide the defenders with enough firepower to keep at bay. I am like a woodpecker. When I want to accomplish something, I just keep at it. But the rewards for those with patience enough to keep at this are immense. The uninformed won't change their opinions overnight, so we must keep at it. Now let me define the next phrasal verb of keep. Keep away. The definition of keep away is to refrain or prevent from coming near. Now let me show the example of keep away phrasal verb in sentences are: plant trees on the east and west sides of your home to keep away the sun's rays. Do not, we beseech you, keep away in the distance of your own unbelief. And they would put evergreen branches over doors to keep away evil spirits. Keep away from phones, chargers, alarm clocks, lamps, and it will stay strong. Now let me define the next phrasal verb of keep. Keep back. The definition of keep back is: maintain a safe distance. Now let me show the example of keep back phrasal verb in sentences are: some threw stones at officers, who fired in the air to keep back the crowd. Most farmers are able to keep back enough of their crop for their own use. I try to explain this to Professor Sano, working hard to keep back the tears. Police and soldiers surrounded the courthouse to keep back the protesters. Now let me define the next phrasal verb of keep. Keep from. The definition of keep from is: cause something to stay out of something. Now let me show the example of keep from phrasal verb in sentences are: engaging with enough twists and shadows to keep from being predictable. Just enough information to keep from being bogged down in minutiae. Remarkably, his disorder does not keep from enjoying himself on stage. The author tried to keep from having her villainous, Morgan, too villainous. Now let me define the next phrasal verb of keep. Keep in. The definition of keep in is: not allow someone out. Now let me show the example of keep in phrasal verb in sentences are: he used to beat the shit out of his shack full of kids just to keep in shape. You might encourage a favorite toy or lovey that he can keep in his bed. Do not carry the bottle close to your body, keep in a handbag or coat pocket. Surely the latter vote should be rescinded to keep in line with the rest of it. Now let me define the next phrasal verb of keep. Keep off. The definition of keep off is: avoid encroaching on or touching something. Now let me show the example of keep off phrasal verb in sentences are: last year's top extortion case, however, was too dramatic to keep off the air. So how do you keep off fat from coming back tomorrow and in the future? He's tough to keep off the line and can be a pain in the butt defensively. I used it to cover my car in the garage just to keep off the dust and dirt. Now let me define the next phrasal verb of keep. Keep up. The definition of keep up is: move or progress at the same rate as someone or something else. Now let me show the example of keep up phrasal verb in sentences are: Dean didn't stop to answer as he broke into a jog with Fred hustling to keep up. You can also keep up on any art news that is happening around the world. Got to make to the next meal. Try to keep up with the turning of the wheel. The abstraction keeps moving forward, and the technology races to keep up. Please like, share, subscribe and support my channel. That's all for this video. See you in next video.